If you're an overseas viewer, the steps of the Sydney Opera House might ring a bell. Yes, the very spot Mike the Preacher was turfed away from by these overeager police officers and security guards for holding a placard advertising his beliefs was the very spot of Australia's greatest night of shame, the vile Jew hatred of October 9th, 2023. Yes, the very spot where the cops were hounding Mike for holding his harmless Jesus sign was the very same spot that saw the most grotesque scenes, including crowds chanting obscenities towards Australian Jews, waving flags and placards and calling out all sorts of religious chants. The Jew hatred on display on October 9th, 2023, long before Israel had gone anywhere near Gaza, was described by The Spectator Australia as a pogrom at the Opera, a night of infamy in New South Wales and Australia's policing history. No arrests that night, no security guards banging on about bylaws being breached, nobody being harassed for waving massive flags and placards and letting off flares and screaming vile abuse in one of Australia's most iconic spots. No heavy security dudes exercising my authority and getting upset about people arguing with them. In fact, the only person the police did arrest that night was one single man carrying a Star of David flag. You cowards, you bullies. This is the disgraceful reality of this country in 2025. The authorities ignore and even placate the most vile racism and Jew hatred to the extent of hiring an acoustics expert to claim the mob were chanting, "Where's the Jews?" rather than something far more sinister. But hey, how dare Naji Chu put some pot plants on the pavement? How dare Mark Spiro carry an Israeli flag? How dare Mike the Preacher wander around with a placard advertising Jesus? Welcome to the land of the cowardly, bullying, heavy-handed, petty, authoritarian bureaucrat. Heaven help us all.